Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? Sorry I'm late. Fucking Twitch was giving me like the worst authentication errors of all time trying to connect to Streamlabs OBS and it flipped its shit. So I do apologize for being slightly late. I'm just going to extend stream time to make it go. So much longer than you know. Temptation. God, this song is so fucking pretty. Alright, so let me go into my DMs. My brain is also, I'm coming off of withdrawal from a seizure medication, so I do apologize if my art skills are not up to snuff today, or if I don't complete sentences, or if I am just suffering. It's because my brain is literally having massive issues. Oh yeah, I forgot that actually this is not temptation. Beautiful. Yeah, I have to fucking just try and get through this. I am really suffering. I need to eat breakfast. I'm just like really dysregulated because of this med switch. So I do apologize to everybody watching if I am effectively 75% or less functional. Like, my depth perception is awesome. Or like awful. Wow, see? My brain is not functioning. Okay. Hey, hydrate. Drink some liquids. I have 2 liquids. I'm going to start with my milk because I'm a white boy. This is what I do. How you doing, Cal? Oh, and a posture check and most likely a stretch. We got a whole self-care combo. Don't die. I literally just started streaming, so I'm like not necessarily in a weird spot right now, but when I say that I am fucking dying, I really do mean it. They have all been blown out. You left me in the dark. I hope you're doing good, though. I am actively struggling, so I was just mentioning if I am like seemingly having a lot of issues, I do apologize. This stream might be difficult to watch. Oh, look at that. Last night I was feeling a lot better, and then it seems like these morning times are just like really not conducive. I'm glad you had a chill day today, though. That's great. That it is always nice to just kind of chill the fuck out, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Gamby. I am working on this character, Evander. This is a commission for another viewer over on Twitch. So this is their original character, Evander, who's a prince. He's very cool. So we're working on a reference sheet for him for their upcoming book project that they're working on. Let's see. Yeah, I'm almost done with this sheet, and then I have to do the sheet for the love interest for this book as well. So I'm going to try and... I'm probably going to be working on it off stream at some point. I'm going to give him white boots. White boots are extra. And then so much gold. Yeah, sure. Yeah, this guy is a bicorn, so unicorn adjacent. I'm also going to give him white pants. Actually, I'm going to have this entire inside of this outfit be white, including that. But the shirt is going to be red. The trim is going to be gold. Shirt is red. Oh, that's not going to help me. Actually, I may end up making... Why are you like this? I would like it if you... Yeah, actually. Oh, this is the wrong layer, even. I don't... I'm dying. I am having the most massive, like, brain issues right now humanly possible, and I wish that that was not the case, but alas. C'est la vie. I swear I filled that in, but that's fine. Yeah, looking good. See, but I don't like that. I think... Why are you... There we go. Yeah, white's the better choice. And then I'll do some extra line work here to really make these things super glimmery. Thankfully, we're getting very close to being done with this sheet. Hey, Hey, Blue Breeze, how you doing? I wanted to apologize because I'm having some massive, like, brain issues today because of some medical stuff that I'm doing. And my brain is only functioning probably at, like, 60% capacity, so I do apologize if anything happens that is really funky. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. Yes, I'm doing okay. I could be significantly better, but I could also be worse. Yeah. Well, it's 12:30. It's time to feed the Snorlax. If you haven't had any food or snacks, please eat. You should do that. I'm gonna also try and eat. My body's flipping its shit. The fact that I can semi-function is really pretty impressive. I don't know how. I don't know how. But I'm doing it. You want to know what really pisses me off, y'all? And those of you who've been in here for a little while will know. You'll know what's happening. But I know I've made jokes about my fucking life and Nathan's life lining up. And you want to know what's absolutely batshit? Is that during this period of his life, he was experiencing some of the worst drug side effects of his entire existence because he was fucking around with those experimental drugs trying to fucking fix his anxiety. And I need to know why I'm experiencing a month of the world's worst fucking drug withdrawals. I have never, ever, ever done illegal drugs, never been on drugs, and it's happening at the same fucking time. And I'm about ready to throw my goddamn entire life into the sun. I'm like, okay, so does this mean that on January 8th I'm gonna have like the biggest fucking crash out of all time? You know, like, is that, because that's the next big day. That's the next big fucking date, is January 8th. And I swear to God. Oh my God, it's your birthday? That's Faraday's birthday too! That's crazy! Okay, so first, I figured out the ultimate system for creating cell shading here. I'm gonna do cast shadows first. So we're gonna do that. And then we're going to do form shadows and then ambient occlusion. So these are all going to be ultra hard shadows here. I didn't know that your birthday was also on the 8th. That's crazy. Yeah, effectively on January 8th, Nathan has like the biggest crash out of all time. January 8th, 2018 specifically. So he would have been 31. But he has the biggest crash out of all time. And then the drugs finally kick his ass. And Faraday pops out. Faraday is born. He says, hello, it is me. Yeah, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, hopefully nothing super severe. Thankfully, Faraday showing up is actually an absolute lifesaver for Nathan, so hopefully something good will happen. I'm just, like, so fucking upset by the fact that that's, like, that's the trend. Like, why? Why does it... Why? I just need everything to chill out. Like, what are the chances? You know what I'm saying? Also, I'm trying to get through Betrayer's Blade, and I'm now at the climax, so we're getting to the point where it's, like, almost the end of the book. And then I'm going to take a 3-month hiatus before I switch gears, and it'll be up to everybody on Patreon what I work on next. Because there is going to be a Betrayer's Blade sequel. I don't think I can fit this whole story for Benny's arc into one book. So, it's going to be a second book here. But this fucking climax is insane. Is he dying a little bit? Yes. Is he probably going to be okay? If you've read One Pale Reflection, you know the answer to that question, so I'm not going to say anything. Honestly, this is what it feels like. I don't like this. I'm in this picture 4 times and I don't like it. I'm also the ball. Yeah. Yes. I love this girl on the right. She's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. And I'm trying to not think about it too hard. But it's like one of those things where I'm like, yeah, I'll just kind of ignore it and I won't think about it. And then, like, all of a sudden it's like, oh, it keeps happening. Like, I'm like, did I just fucking accidentally predict my entire life with this stupid tabletop campaign? Is that what happens to me? Fuck if I know. That stupid thing is also why I fucking transitioned in the first place. What's happening? I'm confused. Okay, so to catch you up to speed, I played a tabletop role-playing campaign professionally on the internet as a part of a group before I transitioned in 2018. It was probably the most impactful fucking piece of art I've ever made, to the extent that it is because of that campaign that I transitioned, because it was like that eye-opening of a fucking experience. Nathan is the character that I played. Let me open the fucking thing. Hold on, I got art. It's older art, but I got art. Where is he? Where is he? Okay, this is Nathan. He started out absolutely not at all like me. He's a polyglot. He has 7 degrees. He fucking effectively, the way that this campaign worked is that every single person in the campaign, it was in the game City of Mist, if you're familiar with that particular game, but the way that it worked is that everybody in the campaign, effectively, you have a superpower. Hold on. This is how impactful this shit was for me, because I'm not even shitting you. I still have character sheets next to me here, because it was that intense. I have, like, yeah, so you effectively have Is this Faraday's, or this is... Oh, this is Henry and Ed's sheet, actually, that I just pulled out here. At some point, Nathan ended up getting lost, and it was just Henry and Ed. But point being is that in this world, in this universe, every single person has inside them effectively an archetype, right? And I'm working on the Nathan book right now. I've gone on to explain this. Is like they're called chroma humans, right? You have this DNA that makes it so that you can absorb effectively meta powers, similarly to how like meta humans work in the Superman universe, right? However, these powers are determined by specific archetypes. So, for example, you can have elemental magic that is derived from folklore or fairy tale. You could be, your power archetype could be from a historical figure. So, like, legitimately, you could just be Abraham Lincoln. That could be your magical power archetype, for example. Or, like, there was somebody on Nathan's team who was Oppenheimer. And so he was at risk of literally physically going nuclear. He was, like, he could have a nuclear radioactive meltdown. You could be like a chimera or a mythological creature, like a dragon, like, and it was just latent or inherently inside of you. And the thing is that the more stressed out that you get, the more those powers present, to the point where you effectively break and you are no longer you. You are only the archetype inside you. So Nathan's entire thing was Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. He was very, very intensely trying to fix effectively what was going on in his brain, which was that Henry Jekyll was literally living inside his brain, and he had the unique advantage and disadvantage of being unlike other people in this particular superpower system, where other people, you don't know that you have these powers inside you until you start to turn at least like 50%. But Nathan can communicate with that archetype. Other people could not. So say, for example, if you have Zeus inside you, you can't talk to Zeus. It's not like he's existing inside your head in some kind of like magical headspace or whatever. It's more like you are a reincarnation of Zeus, and you're waiting for the shell to crack on the outside so that Zeus can step back out into the world, if that makes sense. Nathan had a weird situation where that was like not the case, and so he went through a bunch of horrible shit, worked for this fucking awful organization called Novel Beginnings, that was gathering up a bunch of people with archetypes based on literary characters or like historical figures, and they were trying to effectively force turn the entire city of Seattle so that way they could overtake it. And the guy behind it was Cain, like from the Bible. It was a fucking disaster. So point being is I went through this goddamn campaign. It was super emotionally impactful. I was like high-key being traumatized by real life at the same time. But I thought nothing of it. And I was like, man, like this was really impactful. This was crazy. Nathan became a very central figure to me. And then I ended up transitioning because of that entire experience. What's fucking bananas about that is that over the last like year and a half, I would say it's gotten really, really bad. But it's to the point where because I know this guy's life very, very well. I had to play through effectively 3 seasons, so almost a year and a half of tabletop campaign of this guy's existence. And so I know a lot about this dude, when things happened to him, what kind of shit was traumatizing him at what time, because that was important for understanding that shit for the character and how your powers worked. And for the last year and a half, literally like sometimes to the day or to the month, I've had shit line up in my own life that is almost identical to shit that happened to him, and now I'm afraid. And it's very fucking weird, and I'm not really sure. I don't know. So either, as Cal suggested, Apollo, like I've already got psychic intuition, and I've already known, like I've known my whole life that I've had that shit going on. I've talked to dead relatives, and like I can read tarot and do divination and all of that other shit. That's like normal shit to me. But like I don't know if he legitimately threw the fucking ball of divine prophecy directly at my head, and I am now concussed, and I'm not gonna be able to fucking live through that. I don't know. So I'm waiting for Nathan's next big life event, which is on January 8th. That would be the way that would line up, because he's 8 years older than me. So I'm going with the theory that it's like, okay, when he was 31, on this day, it would have been January 8th, like 2018 for him, for example. what would have happened on that day. You know what I'm saying? And shit's weird. Shit's weird. It's been weird, and I don't know. I don't know. And I recognize that that sounds fucking absolutely cray-cray, and it makes me feel fucking cray-cray, and it's just really weird coincidence. I can't... At minimum, I can chalk it up to that. Because Nathan in no way was designed to be like a self-insert, you know? Like, that was not my intent with the character at all. There's a lot of things about him that are very different from me. And so for that shit to, like, line up is really, really weird. I'm, like, over here just trying to exist. I've been struggling with a lot of really bizarre feelings around the whole situation recently, and I'm trying to still work through that in my mind. And I'm not really sure, like, how to process it yet. So I'm really hoping that I don't end up having, like, the worst time of all time, because Nathan went through the fucking ringer. And, like, I'm still trying to figure out, like, even that whole experience, that whole tabletop experience kind of sucked, because, like, if you've been on the stream for a while, you know what happened, but, like, effectively one of our coworkers sexually harassed my husband. He wasn't my husband at the time, obviously. We had not started dating yet, but, like, he decided that he was going to be, our coworker was going to be really disgusting and do some pretty sexually aggressive shit. And it was not cool. And so that was really the whole reason why we couldn't continue to do the show anymore, was because, one, COVID happened, and obviously we couldn't get together physically around a table, and so that put a wrench into our plans. But, like, we were to the point where we had quite a few subscribers. People, like, I mean, I don't know how many views. I'll go look it up on YouTube. I can't even access the back end. We only have, like... This is Fermented Games. We have like 40 subscribers, so not very many people looked at it, you know? But every single episode is still there. "36 episodes, you know, 36 sessions of that shit. And I still have to figure out if I even want to go back and, like, watch it again, you know? Because, like, it was such an emotionally traumatizing experience. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, you can watch certain episodes and see what I was going through personally, and you can watch me actively dissociating during the episodes, which is really difficult. Like, I imagine that it would be difficult for me to watch, because I was, like, not doing good. And then obviously too, it's like pre-transition, so that kind of shit is weird. But it was a very formative experience. That's like, I think, like, the best way to possibly describe it. Hard to describe. So we ended up having to stop the show, which was really shitty, and we all wanted to continue it, but it just was not going to work out. And then there was some weird interpersonal things that happened, because I had been dating one of the other members of the group for like a decade, but then I transitioned, and he is not gay. So long story short, we weren't together after that point, and so I think that would have fucked with the dynamic of the group anyway. And I just, like, I don't even talk to him anymore. He works at the same school that I work at still. So things just got really, really weird. But Nathan definitely changed my life. The trajectory is completely different now, and I don't know. So I do think it's very strange that those things line up in that way. So eventually a Nathan book will happen. I started to work on it this year because it was like, it got to the point where it's like the shit that was lining up in my own life was so similar that I was like, God damn, I just got to get this book out of me while it's actively happening to me so that way I can better process it and understand it. But I had to just stop because it was like so, I don't want to say triggering because that's not really what was happening. I don't know. It's a very like out of body and very strange experience. I've never had anything like this happen to me. Yeah, definitely makes me feel cray-cray. Trying to not feel cray-cray. Only a little cray-cray. Because normally, like, I describe writing as, like, I legitimately, like, massively dissociate while I write. And it's like being teleported to another place. You know, I just kind of sit down and I disconnect from reality for sure. So that's its own unique thing. But this is, like, it's so different. It feels different. And it's partially terrifying, but also, like, kind of, like, I don't know, relieving, I guess. Very, very weird. Weird shit. Like, it was to the point, like, just for, like, honesty and transparency, like, a couple weeks ago, I literally wrote this line because Nathan was going to be fired from that Novel Beginnings place because what they're trying to do and what their main aim throughout the campaign was to try and force Nathan out and make Henry the only person in the pilot's seat because they wanted him to create a drug to turn on everybody's powers effectively, because if he could turn on something like Ed, then he should be able to turn on the powers theoretically, right? And so Henry was get played the entire fucking campaign, and it was super stressful for everybody involved. And I was writing a line the other day, and Nathan was going to go get an EEG because what Novel Beginnings is looking for and what they're not telling him is that they're looking for Henry in that EEG. They're looking to see if Nathan actually has evidence of being able to talk to and connect to this other archetype in him, which other people shouldn't have the ability to do. And he was waiting for the results, and he's like, depending on what happens, this EEG will change my life, right? This EEG is going to change everything. I went and I had an EEG a couple days ago at the doc because I'm transitioning off of seizure medication. So in my own life, that's a totally normal reason to have an EEG. For context, my EEGs, which is like an electrical brain scan that measures your brain activity, right? It detects for epileptic activity. I have had only one abnormal EEG in my whole life. It was right after my first seizure when I had that EEG, and it was abnormal. Every single other EEG I've ever had has been 100% normal, no epileptic activity detected. Okay, very weird, right? That should not be the way that is. I've had CAT scans, I don't have any tumors, I don't have any lesions on my brain, whatever. I went and I did this fucking EEG 2 days ago, which would have been the same goddamn EEG that would have determined whether or not Nathan was effectively put into the underground division where all of the people with all of their fucking superpowers turned on are, and my EEG came back abnormal. Abnormal and non-epileptic. So in other words, they have no idea what they just fucking saw. It's static, right? And so now I might have to go and do an MRI to make sure that I don't have anything going on my brain and things like that. But like the chances of me having like brain damage are very, very low. I haven't obviously had like any head injuries or like falls or things like that. And so most likely that would come back normal. But it's so fucking weird. So fucking weird that is when that happens. You know what I mean? I've had literally like 8 EEGs at this point. And this is the one at the exact time. Like, fucking weird. So I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my brain around it because it's fucking... It's very, very weird. And I'm just not really sure how to process it. And, like, what makes it even worse is that I was in, like, a half dream state, and I was, like, thinking about him during that dream state. So I'm like, did I just fucking jump dimensions? I don't know. I don't fucking know. So really, really weird. It's just a lot of, like, weird coincidences and time, like, lining up in a strange way. And I'm not really sure how to interpret it, because if it does mean something, I'm like, okay, what should I be looking for then? You know, is this like a divine intervention kind of a thing? Like, should I be looking for... I don't know. What am I looking for? Because if that's the case, then that unfortunately means for me, my life is not really going to get better until I'm like 32. Which is next year. But things are not really going to kick off until I'm like 35. And that's when I would maybe have like a successful business. You know? Like at that point, because Nathan decides to quit being an academic and he opens his own restaurant. You know? I'm like, is that what that means? I'm just going to fucking suffer? Like, I don't fucking know. And then it doesn't help, too, that I'm, like, effectively my brain is going through, like, what I would call the absolute ringer right now. From these drugs. And I'm like, of all the things, you know, I was like, when I was doing this campaign, I was like, man, I'm never going to be able to really relate to his experience because I've never been on such severe drugs. And I'm, like, sitting here now in the year of 2025, like, that's... Wow! Wowee! Fucking A. Mr. Man, what are you doing over there? Why are you got the stank face? Oh my god, did you blep? What is happening? Mr. Man had the stank face, and then he was in the middle of cleaning himself, and then he blepped, and then he looked like he was afraid. And he was just staring at me. Yeah, so apologies if I say anything that sounds like super fucking cray-cray. I promise I'm not trying to be like tinfoil hat over here. But that's definitely what it feels like. I'm glad I'm not the only one who feels like I'm fucking teleporting to a different goddamn universe every time I write, though, because holy shit, it's like strong. Why? Oh, I was like, why is the tolerance so high? I don't know. I guess I already have a hard enough time trying to explain my religion to people. You know, I don't even really tell people that I'm a Hellenic polytheist because people are like, oh, so you believe in literal fucking magic guys in the sky that, like, do shit? And I'm like, well, yes and no. You know, it's not really, like, what Hellenic polytheism is at its core. Do I believe in magic? Yes. Do I believe in magic in the sense that most people would think of? Probably not. Do I think that magic is just like quantum entangled science that we don't have the ability to explain yet? Probably. So I think that a lot of weird shit is possible. We just don't have access to it. But a lot of people are not really willing to have that conversation. Or it can be difficult to have that conversation. I'm grateful that I have like a mom who's pretty like open-minded. You know, because it's like really hard when you're like, you have a conversation with your dead grandma in your sleep and she has something that she wants to say to your mom, you know, and it's like, how do I tell her this without being crazy? And then, you know, I was really grateful that my mom was pretty receptive and she actually was very excited to hear those kinds of things. You know, it's like, oh, I'm glad that you don't think I'm fucking nuts. That's so crazy, Blue. That's crazy! I'm glad that you and Redbeard got together for sure. Like, he definitely is like, he sounds like a great partner. Like, that's great, but that's fucking insane. It's crazy how you're like, because people are like, okay, so I don't think Aleister Crowley is a good person by any means at all. Just to preface this, I'm also not Wiccan. I don't practice Thelema. I'm also not a practicing like witch, right? I don't do any of those things. So this is just coming from my very like surface level based knowledge of Aleister Crowley and his practices. But his like religion, Thelema, that he invented, which eventually inspired Wicca to some degree, like he was effectively the master of what I would call manifestation. So all the manifestation girlies on the internet right now who are like, yeah, if you just like wish really hard for something to happen, it'll like happen, like manifest it. Like that's the core of his magical practice is it's like you can, if you wish, will the universe to bend for you. And like honestly, it's not a new concept necessarily. He was really inspired by Hinduism and other things, you know, and in Hinduism, obviously, that's why you do Vedic chanting and things like that. Is you're trying to manipulate the universe to move for you, or that's the basis, for example, of Chinese Taoist magic. You tune into the universe so intensely that you move it. If you wish to be a tree, you are a tree, right? And obviously, we don't have the ability to like metamorphose physically into a fucking tree, but like the concept is there, and I think that Crowley was onto something with his thoughts and how his process worked. Like he was doing a bunch of weird shit. I don't like the fact that he was having sex with his wife on sarcophagi, for example. Fucking weird and very disrespectful to the dead. Don't do that. But also like it makes you fucking wonder how much influence we actually have. And then that, in my mind, to explain that from a science perspective, ties into quantum entanglement. Because if we can control which slot a photon goes through with our brains, if you haven't looked up like the photon like slot experiment, do, because effectively it's like a photon under observation will effectively follow the will of the person observing it. So if the person says, okay, well, I want the photon to go through the left slot, it will. Versus if it's unobserved, it goes through slots at random, which is fucking bananas. Like that is to some degree proof that we have the ability to control shit that we did not think that we did. You know, it's like photons. Like that's nuts. So we have a lot of digging to do on quantum mechanics and how we as humans deal with that. What consciousness is, you know, what the soul is, like all of those fucking things. We have no clue, no idea. So lots of weird shit, I think, is possible. We just don't know how to access it. All right, also everybody should do a self-care combo. Everybody sit up nice and straight, stretch. Don't be crusty. I'm going to eat, drink some milk, trying to eat very slowly. My body is just like not wanting any food at all. Angie. Okay. I feel much more confident in my shading abilities now that I've incorporated like AO into my shadows. Ambient occlusion is love. Ambient occlusion is life. And I can't believe I didn't think about it that way until very recently. I don't know why. I don't know why I thought it only applied to 3D models and not to like actual figures, because it definitely does. Yeah, I agree, Blue. Well, and obviously, like Thelema, if you're ever interested in looking up a really interesting religious practice, check out Thelema. You can access the entirety of Aleister Crowley's books online for free because he wrote it. It was like before the copyright period, so you can just access that. And it's got a lot of his interesting spells and rituals in it. But a lot of it is very meticulous, and it requires a lot of effort to actually get what you want. And so he definitely was not like a, if you just dream a little harder, that kind of a guy. There was a science to it, a methodology behind it, and he just had no way of really, like, I don't think in the early 1900s, describing to people what he was looking at or working with. So kind of interesting. I personally would not practice Thelema as a religion if it was me. He has some interesting theory, and I think that the Wiccans have done a good job of effectively separating themselves from him and his, like, weird bullshit, his racism and his sexism and all of that shit, but he had some definitely, like, very interesting thoughts. Also, I love the way that this yellow is playing on his horns. It's so pretty. It's like almost pink. It's beautiful. I love it when accidents like that happen. Okay, so now let's get some... Yeah, I think we just have a lot of shit that we just don't understand as humans. We'll get there eventually, but, like... And I think we're getting closer, with, like, things like, yeah, quantum mechanics, quantum physics. Like, I love how we just disprove ourselves constantly. Like, recently, one of my favorite things is that Stephen Hawking had theorized that math doesn't work when it applies to black holes. Right? Because reasonably, in math, what we understand is if you have two things, if you add 2 plus 2 together, it's 4. Right? If you square 2 and 2, it will be 4. Like, that's just the way that goes. But Stephen Hawking had theorized that black holes do not work that way, and when you add a black hole and a black hole together, it does some crazy shit. Like, I don't remember exactly what it was, but it's like multiplied by 10 or something. So you have 2 plus 2 equals 10. Or 2 times 2 is 10. Something really crazy. I'd have to, like, look exactly, like, what it is. Hold on, let me look it up so that I'm not, like, quoting incorrect shit. Yes, this was from Live Science in September. Yes, Stephen Hawking's long-contested black hole theory finally confirmed as 2 scientists here 2 event horizons merge into one. Black holes get bigger as they merge. So effectively, the way that works is, let's see, LIGOS detects the black holes are merging. So, the detection of the black hole confirms the prediction that Hawking put forward in 1971 that the event horizon, the outer boundary of a black hole beyond which nothing can escape, can never decrease in size. So even though it's a very simple statement, areas can only increase. It has immense implications. The theory now has scientists treating black holes as thermodynamic objects, a paradigm shift cemented by Hawking's theory that they have an entropy and emit radiation due to quantum effects near the event horizon. So again, that's fucking insane. Like, that's nuts. And so, like, we have no idea. We don't understand jack shit as humans, and so I'm, like, really prepared for a bunch of weird shit to continue to happen throughout my lifetime as we learn more, and the answers, we will probably never get answers, because quantum theory could be used to explain things like reincarnation, like, it's just insane. Absolutely bananas. And I think a lot of people like to really distance themselves from spirituality. I'm not necessarily super afraid of it. Also, I'm so glad that you are liking it. That makes me very happy. I'm having a good time. It's up here on walls where pleasure moments hung before the takeover, the sweeping insensitivity of this still life. Hide and seek trains and so you won't catch me around here. Imogen really just made some crazy shit with this. This polyphonic ass musical instrument is insane. Say that you only meant well. Well, of course you did. What'd you say? That it's all for the best because it is. She's crazy. Imogen Heap is fucking crazy. She's been doing a lot of experimental shit with training AI on her own voice and then like doing weird experimental shit with that too, and it's crazy. I respect it because she's not using like fucking regular AI generators. She had to like code her own like model and shit. So it's like true experimentation and not just like relying on like weird fucking audio generators on the internet and shit. I'm like, thank you for not being dumb. Oh, the chains. Oh. That's all I gotta say. I'm fine. Everything is chill. All is fine. As that one burgomaster from fucking Starkovia would say, all will be well. I think about that guy a lot. I'm like, help him. This brush is the most helpful fucking brush, so this chain brush really is just like the best thing I could have ever accidentally found. I feel like an absolute god for making that curly hairbrush the other day that I used on the piece of Helen. I was like, I feel extra ultra smart. I was like, who's the smartest pumpkin in the pumpkin patch? It's me. Okay, sorry this is taking a little bit longer than it normally does. I realize that this character has a degree of complexity that I was not anticipating, but that just means that it's going to take a little bit longer than I thought. I did it. Okay. Boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Wow, so sparkle. Much spookle. I'm fine. My brain is Swiss cheese. I can't wait until these fucking stupid side effects of this withdrawal go away. But now I'm worried. Now I'm worried, y'all, because let me, like, when I say that 2018 was the fucking worst year of Nathan's life, I really do mean that. And, like, he had been through so fucking much. Like, already had a bunch of weird issues and had gone through a bunch of trauma. And I'm like, if this fucking year, if 2026 ends up being the most chaotic shit that I have to deal with, I'm gonna be really angry. I'm gonna be so angry. I realize it's too bright. I like it, but I want less. There we go. Glimmery, but not that glimmery. Okay. So now that's done. Now let me go over to the coronation outfit. We're going to lock in on this. I'm going to go grab this dark color for this shit over here. Actually, I got to be very careful here. And then I'm going to put a bunch of glimmer effects on this cloak here. All the glitter. Glitter everywhere. More sparkles. Yeah, true. Me working on that drawing of the arm last night. I'm like, it needs more glitter. More glitter. More, I say. And I'm gonna go in and make this like extra ultra glittery. Oh yeah, also, I'm a fool. I'm a fool! I almost forgot. This. Whoop. Because this man be pale. He need the paleness. Make him so sparkly it hurts! The opulence! He walks into the room and it just like immediately melts somebody, like becomes like that guy from Indiana Jones where he's just like, whoa, and then the face melts. Hello? I love how my hand doesn't work and my first reaction is to just yell hello at myself. It's like, is this supposed to help me? I need to add some, like, color to his cheeks, too, over here, because this is looking real pale, and not in a good way. Okay, all the metal. Finish this. trying to not let my brain go absolutely crazy, but I'm realizing that, like, I even have, like, an injury on my body where Nathan got into a car accident in, like, 2016, I think. And I had no way to predict that that same injury or a similar injury would happen to me. I haven't been in a car accident, but I had complications from surgery. Fucking crazy. This man is Rollo von Altus White. That's just all I have to say. It ain't a bad thing. It just is. I recognize Rollo's white as fuck. And it's not even because he's dead. It's just because he's like that. Okay. Now. More glitter, I say. Yeah, I'm gonna go in and hit these with some nice shinies here. Make everything look extra fancy. We need the fancy pants. I think I'm going to force myself probably to go back and watch the tabletop role-playing show in August when things are supposed to, like, hit the fan next year. Like, just go back and watch it. Experience it and not do it without judgment, I guess. Okay. And I'm running on fumes. Okay, so I need to make sure that I don't overdo this. I'm going to try and hit the cloak with these highlights just where the middle of this thing is, so that way I don't have like an overload of just like highlights everywhere. Because otherwise this shit's gonna be like a disco ball in a bad way. It's gonna make it look like it has really inconsistent lighting. Glitter, I say! Okay, see you soon. I'm just gonna keep slowly... Slowly but surely. There we go. Okay. Hello. Why? Honestly, sometimes it's right, and you don't want your cat to stab you, so it's what must be done. Never wake up from your dreams. Never wake up from your dreams. Oh my god. Okay. Welcome back. I am slowly putting in every sparkle on this gem, or on this crown, every single one. Every single sparkle. Because we want people's eyes to bleed when we look at it. It's very important. Yes, it is essential. It's essential. Is it giant or is it exactly the right size? Hello? You can see that thing from outer space as it should be. As it should be. I want her, baby. Do not leave out the words. So just based on how this lined up with the holiday season, I suspect that I will actually be probably finishing up the sheet for Amoret next month, if that's okay. If you need it before the end of December, let me know, Blue. But I think that in order for me to have the best amount of time to work on it and make sure it's everything that you want, pushing it slightly into January would probably be for the best. I was not expecting to get hit by the drugs. Although now maybe I should just fucking anticipate that. God damn it. I'm like, it's because I got his tattoos on my body, isn't it? Is that what happened? I just fucking sealed my fate like some goddamn magic pact? Is that what happened? You should plan for getting Nathan. Jesus Christ. He gets hit by a car. He gets blown up, shot at. Dissociates so hard that Henry Jekyll is like, I'm you now. Okay, cool. I'm going to see how much I can get through today. And if I have time next week, which I probably will, I might finish these up not on a stream session. Just kind of work on them. This one for sure will be done today. Want you to know. If I become a very uptight British man, you guys know what the fuck happens to me. You know what I'm saying? If this is what must be done, then fuck it, I guess. Sure. That Henry was traumatized, though. I would like this to be just a touch lighter on this white. I don't need this to be this hard. Hydrate. I just drank a bunch of milk, but I'll hydrate more. You can't stop me from drinking more milk. I was originally not going to cell shade this, but then I realized that it looked silly Billy, so I'm going back in and I'm doing it. I can do what I want. I have free will. Plot twist. Who would have ever guessed? Yeah, he's like, it looks like a disaster is happening somewhere that we can't see, and he's like, should I go over there and fix that? But then also there's like the look of like, nah, like, nah. Some bot tried to put some weird shit in the chat. Thank you. Some bot be doing bot shit, guys. They be botting. The bots be botting. Whatever this expression is, I'm like, me too, buddy. Somebody's gonna get hurt. Who are you calling at this hour? Sit down, come round, I need you now. We'll work it all out together. He's fine. It's not even light out. Should I have turned symmetry on? Probably. Too late now. We love pure, unadulterated opulence. I don't understand why anybody wouldn't want to wear this. We have to remind the peasants that they're poor. You should have thought about that before becoming peasants. Yeah, I like that these look kind of lotusy. All right. Okay, so now we got this. This, I think, is done. Let me know if there's anything you'd like me to change or tweak, and I could do that. But if this is looking good, I can send this your way. And then I can spend the next hour starting to sketch out the other one. I'm going to try and force some of this bagel into my mouth. Oh, I really don't want it. By God. Ugh. Awesome! Okay, so I have bagel in my mouth. Okay, let me save this out. Oh, you know what I realized? I forgot. I'm a fool. Before I start saving this like a crazy person. He needs a drop shadow or a cast shadow. By God. Otherwise, he's just like floating. We don't like that. Better. No word. Why would you not change sizes, bro? Okay, so now that we have this bad boy, I'm gonna open up Glaze and Nightshade, and then we're gonna wait for these programs to fucking open. The University of Chicago made a good thing, but also it takes about 40,000 years. To open. Oh, Nightshade actually opened before Glaze. What a surprise. Please. I just want to tell the AI to go suck it. And now we wait. Okay, I tried to eat this bagel. It did not work. I did what I could. My body just doesn't want to eat anything besides like smoothies. And I'm like, this does not help me. I'm gonna feed my Snorlax though. The Christmas event's going on right now. I got some more chicharrones for my stupid cat. And by that I mean I got them for me to eat. But I know that he's going to be getting some cheech snacks because this is who he is. Must feed Snorlax. Okay, cool. There's that. And then I'm going to select this. And then I'm going to go like this. And then we're going to grab this bad boy. And we're going to go like this. Concept is good. I love that it was able to detect that it was concept art. Effectively, the way that this works is that if the AI tries to classify this thing using that keyword concept or that tag, it'll break it. So that's pretty exciting. If my Snorlax can get away with only eating protein smoothies, so can I. Is that how that works? Okay, cool, all done. Alright, so now let me open... this next thing. Oh, actually first... Okay. Isn't like the only thing he eats is protein shakes? He's worse. He's actually worse. During this period of his life, it was a lot of only black coffee and nuts. Yeah. So I'm not saying it was great. But yes, protein shakes, it literally ensures were like the only thing that got him through this period of his life. Okay. I'm gonna live off of protein shakes, falcon eggs, and rocks. Okay. I can close Nathan. Here you go. Here you go, buddy. Bye, Nathan. Okay. I'll also close that too. I actually don't think I need any of these for right now. Oh, and actually for this too, I can make this file size a little bit smaller. By saving this out. Let's pick a fun font. Has anybody in here seen a Harry Potter musical? I feel like... Oh, I forgot I created... Hello? Can you not? Why are you doing this? Hold on, let me figure out. Oh man, did this just corrupt? Let's find out. It might have. Or did Photoshop just flip its shit? Yeah, no, it just flipped its shit. That's so bizarre. My irrigation font still works. Yeah, it looked like Photoshop just flipped its shit. Like hardcore. Alright, now let me remember everything that we need to stick in here. Okay, I think I know what I need to do. I might need a little bit of a wider character sheet here, but we're going to see how this goes. I'm reading over the reference sheet right now, or the info sheet. Okay. We don't talk about transfer wheelchairs, can you imagine? Let me see. I don't think I have eye color here. Yeah, if you want to send an eye color, that would be awesome. Great outfit references, though. Okay. I think I have a good idea of what I need. Silken Windhounds are so pretty, though. Okay. Your references are literally the fucking best. Like, I cannot even describe how, like, detailed this is. Okay, and then coronation outfit. All right. Okay. Okay. I have a good idea of what I need to do. Yeah, I might have missed it. I don't know if you mentioned what her hair color is. But let me know. Okay, let me get my body type reference open here. My brain! I'm fine. I'm okay. Ugh. Her. Alright, give me just a second. To get this girl, let's see, the right height as well. That's importante. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm making it happen. She has red hair, green eyes. Okay, great, great. No, you're fine. Yeah, no, I figured. I was like, her hair is guaranteed either like strawberry blonde or blonde. I was like, it's either one or the other. And so I'm glad I did not. Obviously, I'm not starting on color right now, so it works out. Suckers keep glowing. All right. Okay, I have the cutest fucking pose of all time. So let me get this anatomy in here really quick. Go ahead and turn off all this stuff. My brain is soup. Okay. Thankfully, I'm all like warmed up, so like I don't feel like I'm going to be in like a weird spot. Also, too, drawing figures in like a less stiff pose is definitely way easier. Something about this body shape as well makes shit significantly easier to place proportions. It's probably because I did a lot of women in art school versus like male models are actually less common, which is a weird thing to think about. But it could also be because I'm slightly on drugs. There's this thing, and it's like if you're not 100% in your mind, you actually make better art, which is really weird, but it's the truth. And I don't know why that is, but it is. Yeah, like the gesture on this is crazy. I need a little bit more loose, but other than that, this is actually pretty damn good. It's a little stiff, so I'm going to go ahead and bring this out. I need some more S-curve. So that way I can just have this have nice contrapposto. Yeah. Not bad. Right out the gate. Pretty good fucking warm-up. Inhibitions out the window. True! It's gotta be a little out of your brain. A little bit drinky drink, you know what I'm saying? A little bit. Don't do drugs, guys. That's just all I have to say, is just don't do that. What's that one clip of Hank Green being like, grass tastes bad? Okay, so let's get that going. Let's do this. Oh my god, am I going in too hard? Maybe. I realize that my eyes are, or my face is turned a little bit the wrong way. That's all right. Actually, let me get... Yeah, nice. Okay, so now we have our freaky little bald person. I have an issue here. I always do this to myself. Every time. This is why we draw digitally though, guys. This is why. And actually, hello, I need my like 100, thank you. Get out of there. Always good to do anatomy studies, though. I really thank all of my life drawing classes for my, my grad program for saving my fucking life. Alright, I'll slowly tweak all of this as we move through. And I may... tweak this a little bit. I'm gonna flip it. She looks freaky without any hair. I promise it'll get better. Don't you just love being freaky? Just kidding. She's pulling a Cynthia Erivo. She's just gonna be a little bit. I'm fine. Yeah, no, I think with certain things, Blue, no, you're right. With certain things, I would much prefer to have the info because I've had plenty of clients where I do commissions with them and they're like, she has a necklace on. And then I have to be like, okay, well, what kind of necklace? Like, what length? What materials is it made out of? What kind of pendant does it have on it? You know what I mean? And some clients are happy with me just like guessing for them effectively. But oftentimes, unless they have, like, this is typically why I don't work with people where I don't have direct references, or I'll tell them that, like, they need to gather photographic references, because what results is the weirdest shit where people all of a sudden are like, oh, well, that's not what I wanted, and it's like, well, you also didn't send me a picture, so I hate to be this guy, but I have no fucking clue what you're asking me. And that can happen more often than you think. And so I definitely would be I'm much happier in a space where I have good references and let's see, I'm gonna put that belly button in there for reference. And I know exactly where I'm going with it. So that way I'm not lost. And that's super, super fucking helpful. Okay, and then I'll stick her in some little high heels with the booties. She's got her little boots. I feel bad for every dude bro right now who is like, I need AI to do my shit for me. Because I'm like, you could. Or you could. Here's a thought. You could just get good. All right. Let's see. I feel like I'm feeling much more warmed up. I think I can whip this out pretty. Let me flip this, make sure we're doing okay. Yeah, we're all right. Okay. I'm also playing around with how I do like eyelashes and stuff because I don't know, it's about time for a style change, I think. Not like super changey, but enough. I feel like I'm now coming back into the, okay, well now I can stylize my stuff period where I was really focused while I was in school on anatomical accuracy. And now I can go back into stylization. This is a little large. I'm going to bring it down just a touch. Also, Cal, I wanted to tell you, I liked your drawing of the characters on the couch. The fucking foreshortening was so good. By the way. Yeah, because, like, all of a sudden I'm like, oh, this is my art. Like, it looks like my shit. Oh, okay, cool. I can lower her heels. Thank you for letting me know. I'll tweak it when we get down there. Oh. Good. Jolly good. Yeah, effectively what you give me when you give me these reference images is effectively what an art director expects from, like, reference sheets for concept art, which is insanely useful. Like, you create exactly this when you're getting ready to work on a character concept for any kind of film or game production. Okay, but, like, hold on. She's fucking adorable. Hold on. Hold on. It's happening. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh no. Okay, back to references, all the way at the bottom, or down lower anyway. Mm-hmm. Whee! Saw recital, waited for him on the strip, but no arrival. You get up and but only just to let you down, to let you down. Flip. Literally, she's such a little dumpling person. I want to pinch her little cheeks. Realize actually I fucked up on the other side of this. This is hands down my favorite body type to draw because it's significantly more interesting. Okay, let me see here. Super funny, this character and like Brady's mom from my Brady Von Altus books has a very similar style. She loves like pink and especially like any designs that have cherries on it. She's a huge like fan of that. I'm gonna do, I think, baby doll sleeves though. Because this is giving like very like Princess Aurora cottagecore. Wee. Whoop. Whoop. Beep. Whoop. Beep. Whoop. I don't know. I keep thinking about these eyes, and I'm like, maybe I don't want to go so apeshit with them. Hold on, we're going to figure it out. Which means that, unfortunately, as with everything, this is what I get for doing my sketches in ink, though. There we go. Now she looks slightly more, less stylized, more proportionate to how he looks as well. Okay, I love this little, there's like a little collar in one of these. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, Helen wears a lot of the same stuff. I think I'm going to do a bow here too. I am so lucky that I get to do this every day. I literally have no idea how to describe that to y'all. Like, I'm so goddamn lucky. Thank you for allowing me to do this and for helping me make this possible, because I am really fucking grateful for it. Oh, the glory of being able to have custom fit clothes that are always flattering because you're your own damn tailor. Just saying. I love that. That's so fun. Okay, let's see here. I love working with big fluffy clothes. Oh, she's so cute! I'm dying. I'm alright. I'm okay. I'm just having a moment. Rufflies, that's all I have to say. Let me go look at the hand. Am I slowly losing my mind? Maybe. Maybe. Probably. Is that a hydrate? Yes, I'm drinking Dragon Well green tea now. Yeah, I'm very grateful my husband knows how to sew because, like, there's so much shit. Hello. There's so much shit that I have to, like, take in because I'm so fucking small. She could also maybe be a little chubbier. Okay, cool, I can do that. I can make that happen. So what I'll do is what I'm gonna do. Let me make a new layer here. And I'm going to draw in where this wrist was. And then I'm gonna go like this. We're gonna move it over to the left. Bring in just a little bit of some fingers here. 2, 3, and then 4. So our little hands go like that. And then what I'll do is I'm going to take my under sketch. And we're going to grab everything effectively below this point. And I will go like this, and like, let me reline this back up a little bit. Let me know how that looks in terms of body shape. A little bit. Let's see. What I'm going to do also, let me get this skirt in here as well. This is going to add a lot of volume. We got just effectively a basic pleat. I'm actually going to give her a little apron. That's just cute. Aprons are fucking cute. See, and you said... And right at the knee. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let me bring this up a little bit more. Little tiny apron. And I really liked this one apron had... Actually, I'm going to bring this up. Big old schmiggle buttons. We love a chunky wooden button. We love ourselves a cottagecore ass button. Fantasy button for the win. So that was a little bit crazy. I need to calm down. Buttons! Alright, I'm okay. I I keep telling myself that I'm okay, but am I really? Give me this button. Yes. I feel like oversized chunky buttons are not used in fashion nearly as much as they should be. Does that make sense? I feel like we deserve cool buttons, and they were like so popular in like the 70s. And then everyone was like, those buttons are stupid, and then never used them again. And I'm like, that's actually really sad, because these buttons are fun. Like, button. That's all I gotta say. I might give her a little pocket. She deserves a pocket. She's gotta have a pocket for all of her sewing stuff. Not 2 pockets, just 1. Yeah. Alright, so now let's get this. I feel like I'm drawing a Disney princess in the best way possible. That is definitely not a critique. Truly the best situation I could be in right now. I'm going to put some lace at the bottom of this skirt, I think, as well, so that it gets just a little bit of, like, a... What do they call that in fucking fashion? Like a modesty hem or whatever the fuck? Okay, so now we have this little tulip ass. Oh my god! I'm dying. Oversized heart-shaped buttons. Yes, like seriously, we need more big buttons. Big old buttons. Okay, so let me get some ruffles in here because we need some like lace or something. Or maybe, man, do I want to do like a scallop edge? Actually, I think I do. I think I'm going to do a scallop. Yes. Yes. Ah, yes. Yes! I just started screaming. I'm gonna pull this up just a little bit, though. Alright, so now I'm gonna also adjust this a little bit. This will make sense. And actually, I have to do this one at a time. This is gonna make sense. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do this manually. Never mind. I have the ability to do that. I have the power. Okay, so actually, hold on. You know what? I'm actually going to draw the bottom of the shoe first. Can you tell my brain this is where my brain starts to fizzle out? Is this where I die? Is this where you all watch me in real time just slowly implode? Goodbye. It was nice knowing you all. Boot. 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 Okay, now erase this out. Goodbye. Boot. I'm gonna move this over like this. Oh, not like that. Boot. Boot. then we're gonna add on. This is where the heel goes. I have to like literally just ignore the sketch that I did. We're okay. Everything is cool. I'm doing the math is mathing. The math is mathing. Yep, the math is mathing. The math is mathing. I'm doing it. I'm doing it! I feel like I have unlocked my 5th chakra. Not all 7, because that would make me too overpowered. But my 5th chakra, at least, just happened to me just now. I don't remember which one that is. Oh, it's the throat chakra. It's the one that I always have fucking issues with. My 5th chakra is always inflamed. Cause I've got the issues. Okay, that's what we're talking about. That's a boot, if I do say so myself. A good-looking boot. That's a normal-looking boot. That is not a broken boot. Good go, me. I fucking hate drawing shoes. So anytime I successfully draw a boot from in perspective, I'm like, I did it! I made it! Okay, so now I'm gonna be kind of lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Doing art 90% of the time is like, how can I do this in a way that will not make me want to die? And that was it. Whatever I just did, that was it. Okay. Look at that. Okay, okay, okay. Now I need more shit coming off the back. Like a bow or something. Yes. Like that. I just need some more ribbons or something. Okay, flip. Let me make sure she looks okay. Okay, we got some anatomy shit we gotta fix. It's okay, I got it though. I got it. This is why we flip our canvas, guys. Also very important, don't ever not flip your canvas. Okay, move her over here. And I also would really like, I don't like this. But I would really like, I don't know, like a little bit, yeah. Yes. I feel like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the taxidermied fox puppet that's on YouTube or on TikTok. Her name is Estelle. I feel like her sometimes. I'm like, oh, that's 2 things that I really like. Okay. Not bad. Not bad at all. There is a little bit also. Hold on, I'm gonna also do some funky shit. With this. There we go, much better. Just need to move it a little bit. Flip. So this too. Okay, not bad. I kind of, you know the moment when your gesture, I understand why I did what I did. No. Hold the banana for 5 fucking seconds here. Why would you do this to me, Photoshop? I'm not allowed to do the Photoshop, please. Oh my god. I'm not allowed to do the lasso tool with my pen, tablet pen, because it always thinks I double click and then I close off the loop and I'm like, that is not what I did. You are a liar and a thief. You are a deceiver, Photoshop. Bye, Cal. Have a good stream. I'll see you later. Have a fun time. I'm going to be done probably in about 5 minutes. I think I'm going to finish this sketch and then just call it. I'm going to fix this. I like her having her legs open just a little bit more. So that way she doesn't look so stacked on top of herself. That way she is free. Yeah, nice, much better. A little bit looser stance, less closed off, less scrunched up. A little bit softer here. Yeah, nice. Okay. So I think for the sake of my own sanity here, I'm going to go ahead and call this for now. Let me save this. So that way I don't lose it. And then next time, which may be sometime next week, I will probably go in and do the old outfit for her, stick it somewhere, and then I have to figure out how to arrange and what to put where, so that way I can fit her old outfit, the wheelchair, and then also service doggo all onto this thing. And that should be good. But I will let you all know if I'm going to do a surprise like pop-up stream or anything next week after Christmas. But I hope that everybody has a fantastic holiday. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate Hanukkah, Happy Hanukkah. Kwanzaa also. Happy Kwanzaa. Blessed Kwanzaa. And also, let's see what else. Heliogenna. Happy Heliogenna for the Hellenic pagans out there. And yeah, hopefully you all have a great time. I'm going to take a brief break and then probably, yeah, next week I'll finish this up either on stream or off stream. I'll let you all know. And I will see you all very, very soon. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.